Hey everyone, what is going on? So it's long overdue, just like the 6S video, but I got the Galaxy Note 3 in the house and we're just gonna go ahead and take a quick look at it, how it holds up in 2018. Now the Note 3 actually came out in 2013, so it's almost 5 years old now, which is kind of hard to believe. Like, I wanted this phone so badly. And honestly, besides the fact that this specific Note 3 is scratched up, it's in pretty bad condition, it honestly doesn't seem too dated. I mean, it's pretty much all plastic, so it doesn't feel that premium. I mean, just by looking at it and everything, I mean, it doesn't feel that low end either. There's a 5.7 inch 1080p Super AMOLED screen up front, and it's nice and vibrant, but the PPI is kind of small now, so it's not that sharp. It's not a bad panel at all, and at least it's AMOLED. I love AMOLED screens. There's a little bit of burn-in on this, but it's nothing that I'm gonna complain about. The sad thing is that there's a home button up front, but there's no fingerprint sensor. But at this time, a lot of phones didn't have it, so it's not that big of a deal. And switching to the back, it's actually removable, and you can take out the battery and put a memory card slot in there, or even put a newer battery in there, or whatever have you. And in the back, there's a 13 megapixel camera, there's a 2 megapixel camera up front, and the back camera is actually pretty surprising. That I'm not a fan of the camera UI layout or anything, but it's not that bad. It's not the best camera, obviously, but for a phone that's almost 5 years old, it'll get the job done. And turning it on, we have Android 5.0, which was the latest version it got, and it's honestly a mixed bag. It's pretty outdated now, but it kind of runs well on it. I put Nova Launcher on it because I hate TouchWiz a lot, but you can actually update this to, I think, Android 7.0 if you root it and ROM it, and you can get even more features out of that. But I'll tell you why you might not want to do it on there later. And speaking about performance, dude, it's not that bad either. Mine had a quad-core processor, but there is an international version that had an octa-core processor. It had an Adreno 330 GPU, and it has 3 gigabytes of RAM. And the Note 3 really isn't that bad at performance at all. It's not bad at multitasking or anything like that, but I think it's somewhat of a software issue where sometimes if you have multiple apps in the background and you go into multitasking, it'll take like a couple extra seconds to get into multitasking to pull that stuff up. I'm not sure why. I mean, it's like a huge inconvenience to me, but it's kind of weird that happened. And speaking about gaming, casual games obviously run perfectly well on this. I don't really run into any problems or anything like that, but heavier games have some real trouble here. So Real Racing 3, obviously the OG game I'm playing everything, it doesn't play well on this at all, and I'm not really sure why. The specs would tell me that it can handle, maybe it has something to do with the Adreno 330, but there's so many skipped frames. I'm just surprised about it. I mean, I could personally probably play it, it's not a problem at all, but it's kind of weird that it's so glitchy. It kind of reminds me of the LG G3, which came out even later than this, but it sucks at playing heavier intensive games, which is really weird. And battery life isn't that bad either. It comes with a battery that you can remove, obviously, but you can even get other heavier extended batteries that increase the size of the capacity. Now, some of them do require an extra case because they kind of add thickness, but if I have to give up some thinness to get some more battery life, I'd be willing to do that. But that's really cool, but you can easily swap out the battery, whatever you want to do. It's super cool. And it also has one of the best features I think Samsung has ever done, and that's the S Pen. I don't even know if that's right grammar what I just did, but I really wish more phones had it. It's super cool. It's super useful. I don't know if I'd use it every single day, but it's kind of a cool thing to have. Now, you have to keep in mind that if you flash a custom ROM, some ROMs don't work with the S Pen. I think you can still use it as a stylus, but all the features of the S Pen, the little menu stuff, that's not going to work with it, which kind of sucks. So is the Note 3 still worth it in 2018? Now, I'm going to say this, it's a bit dated in updates, so it's not as secure as more modern phones, but if you need a backup phone or something like that, you don't really need to depend on it too much, then it pretty much is worth it, honestly. They're not too expensive. You can get them for fairly cheap now, but I would kind of suggest you to get a Note 5. It's a little bit more expensive, I do understand that, but that phone is getting Android 8.0, so you might be better off getting that because it is a little bit more updated. It has better specs, better cameras, it has a fingerprint sensor. You might be better off getting that phone. And I just did a video on the Note 5 2 about a month ago and how that holds up in 2018. Search up simple Alpaca Note 5 2018. The first video will probably be mine, so click that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. If you agree with my opinion or disagree, let me know in the comment section below. If you have questions or answers, let me know in the comment section below as well. And let me know what I should review next. I take your guys' advice. A lot of you guys are telling me to get some specific things, so I'm picking them up and I'm reviewing them. So let me know what you guys want to see next. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Hit the like button. That motivates me like crazy. Check the links out in the description for more stuff that's relevant to me. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.